Hey guys, on this week's Going Ike, we're installing the Power Pole Micro Anchor on my brand new Wilderness Systems 128. Hopefully you've been following along with the brand new Wilderness Systems Tactical Pro build that we've been doing. We got this thing back in the early spring and we've been slowly adding some cool stuff to it. Of course, put the Newport on the back, put some depth finders on it, a bunch of yak attack stuff. But today, we're going to be putting on probably, I would argue, one of the most critical pieces of equipment you could have on a fishing kayak, and that is a Power Pole Micro. If you watch the big boat tournaments, the Bassmaster Elites, MLF, you constantly see guys using power poles, putting them down, especially to stop your drift and make sure you get the accurate cast, right? A lot of other reasons too. But today, dude, I gotta have a power pole on here or I feel naked, okay? So today we're gonna be putting on the Power Pole Micro Anchor. You're gonna watch us unbox this and do the whole install. And the plan is to get it done in less than an hour and then go fishing. Everything you need right in this box. The great thing about the micro spike is that you don't need a lot of other stuff. Of course, we got the spike sitting over there. I'll show you that in a second. But let's get this box open, if I can open it. And we'll show you what we've got in here. This is going to be a pretty easy install, I predict. And one of the things that I like to do if you have the power is to hardwire this. This is my main kayak I'm using for big water fishing, for tournament fishing, for filming. I'm using this Tactical Pro for a lot of that. I'm not going to use the battery, okay? So let's do the first thing and pull this out, and I'll show you what this looks like. All right, so there's our Power Pole Micro, and you could actually hook up a battery to this that is a small battery pack that plugs in. You could charge the battery pack. That's great, especially like guardrail hoppers, river yaks, kayaks that aren't duped out, that's great. But for this one, guys, I want to hardwire this. So we've picked a location. We're going to go on the back right corner of this kayak. We're going on the starboard side, and we're going to hardwire this Power Pole Micro. Okay, so there's the main drive unit, and we are going to get 12 volts to this via Pro Guide lithium battery, and that's going to power our micro anchor, okay? That is our mounting base. I'm eyeballing this. Let me look at it from a different angle. Dude, I'm eyeballing this on the Wilderness Systems Tactical Pro 128, and it is the perfect mounting location, okay? So we're going to get this mounted. We're going to make sure we have clearing, okay? We're going to make sure we have clearing for up and down for our spike. And then after we mount it, we've got to get it wired, okay? So let's see what else is in the box here. Remote lanyard, and I will definitely use that. I also plan on putting pedals, up and down pedal buttons on this, but in the short term, we can definitely use the lanyard. Got our mounting hardware. Everything's here that you need for this installation. There's our through bolts that are going to be gone through the hull. This is to keep the unit pegged to the mount, right? They fit in there like that, like a puzzle. Last but not least, here's our wiring. And I love this because this is important. Remember, this is a 12-foot plus kayak, so we've got our wiring. So we're going to be hardwired straight into that. Pretty thick gauge. They give us a pretty thick gauge, and it's probably about, I would say that's at least 10 foot of wiring. So we're going to make it to that battery, no problem. Of course, we're going to wire it with a fuse as well. So got all the gear, got the spike over there. We're going to hardwire it, and we're going to make this Wilderness Systems a lot more efficient, especially when we're catching fish. Hey guys, we're getting ready to mount the mounting bracket for the Power Pole Micro Anchor. We looked at the back of that Wilderness Systems, and And for sure, I think we could have mounted straight to that. But we had a little bit of Coosa board laying around. We thought it'd be smart maybe to add, and by the way, this is 3/4 inch Coosa board. Yeah, we're gonna add a backing plate to it, so it's not mounted right to the polyurethane, okay? So we're gonna use the Coosa board, gonna use the jigsaw. We traced it out there with a silver Sharpie, cut that out, and we're gonna go to use that as a plate to make it a lot easier. We've got the little Coosa board backing plate cut. Then we used the drill to drill the holes for the mounting bolts. And so just to let you guys know, so that plate, that piece of Coosa is going to go under the hull of the Wilderness system. So this will be flush mounted with this as a backing plate. So there you have it. Norm.
Norm or Bob?
Old Norm. What was Norm? This old house? Yeah. Yay! Oh my God, dude. That ain't going anywhere. Not going anywhere, folks. All right, guys, by the way, let me mention, it is like 100 degrees out today, very humid, and this shop space is not air conditioned. So we got the backer plate on there, the Coosa board. We cut it. We got it in the back. We've tightened the factory bolts, washers, and nuts. And they were the tightening nuts on there. So the mounting bracket, power pole mounting bracket's on there. Dude, like, just look at it. I'm moving the Wilderness systems, and this has no flex to it. No flex. So that was the right call to use that backing plate. Yeah, now we can mount it up just to make sure that, we probably should have did this first, make sure the clearing's all good. So let's see. So that goes in there like that. And then we've got our two big nuts. Let's piece the puzzle together here. Actually, that should be on this side. Okay. Pin. So we got that. We got the bolts in there. We got the pin in there. We tightened it down. I think the last thing is just make sure that clearance is good. I think it is.
Sure we're not moving them bolts back a half inch. Oh yeah.
Look at that, guys. Yeah. Perfect. Like, I couldn't think of better clearance right here. Guys, we've probably got 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches between the back of that Wilderness systems and the micro spike. So that all looks good. The mounting, despite the heat, 100% success. Definitely, if you're watching this and you're doing this install, I do recommend some kind of backing plate, whether it's starboard or Coosa board or whatever you want to use. Definitely use a backing plate. So everything lined up great. We tested it out. It's all good. So now we got to power this, John. And remember, if we're using the battery pack, guys, the battery pack just snaps in and you're ready to go. But because this is going to be my main tournament filming kayak, Tactical Pro 128, I want this thing duped out. I want this thing hardwired. So next stage, we got to get power to this thing, okay? We've got power cord. I'm going to guess we've got 10 to 12 feet of cord here. That's a lot of cord. You heard me say this before, guys, about this kayak, but so well thought out. Not just with access ports, with hatches, but also with plates, okay? So what we're going to do right here is we're going to do a through hull kit. We're going to do a Wilderness Systems through hull kit. We're going to get this wire through there so it's a nice clean install. And we're going to run it all the way up, probably 8 to 10 feet. We're going to run it up, and we're going to wire it to a 12-volt Pro Guide battery. Just make sure all this jives. All right. Got everything laid out. We're going to have plenty of cord to get to the battery. We decided on this side we're going to use the Wilderness Systems through-hole wiring kit. So we've got to get the faceplate drilled out. And we'll get that little through-hole kit put in. All right, so we got to drill this, I guess, first, right? Hey! Okay.
be able to push it right into the base plate.
Okay, so now, does it matter if that little hole's up or down? I guess it doesn't matter, right? I'm hard on myself before. That looks right. I hear it, I hear it, I hear it. Keep coming, keep coming. Yes, 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 a little further. Did the faceplate, we mounted the bracket. We did the through hole, through the faceplate. Now we've got the main negative and positive, and we, by the way, we used the snake. We snaked it up through the hole here, and we're gonna connect this to the power source. So, nice thing about opening that box is everything's here. Inline fuse, they have the little heat shrink, positive and negative connections, and then of course that connection. So wire this directly to, we're using a Pro Guide. This is a 50 amp hour, 12 volt battery. The thing I love about this one is it's super, super light. So we're gonna be wiring this on this Pro Guide battery, and this will handle our Lowrance electronics, power pole, and eventually you'll see in another build, the lighting package on it. Here we got it, guys. We attached the hot and the cold to the Pro Guide lithium. There you go. PGLM50 in the battery tray. So now, it's the moment of truth. Let's go see if it works. I see a green light! I see a green light! Okay, guys, we're really at the end here. So, the last two things, it comes with a fob to wear around your neck. So we're gonna get that going in a second. And then it also comes with this cool little fob that you can hard mount somewhere on this kayak. So I'm gonna go up here and find something just real comfortable so that if I wanna go up or down, it's just arm's length away. So let's look at this real quick. I don't even know. I got up in the kayak, sat down, and I was just trying to make sure we install this fob in the right place. And so we're thinking about it a little bit, and most of the time if I'm hooked up or if I'm fishing, I'm right-handed, and I would have the tendency to go with my right hand. So we're gonna go on the right side. I looked, and this is actually, I don't know if you can see this, it's almost a perfect little spot for it right here. We've got a little flat spot, a little bit of a peak right here. So that, to me, is within arm's length, get to it real easy. It's the perfect spot. Just gonna use the factory screws that it came with. It's a badass thing, dude. All right, let's see. Success! Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video about installing the Power Pole micro anchor on any kind of tiny vessel. Kayak, tiny boat, john boat, whatever you have, critical piece of equipment. You're gonna use it a lot, nonstop, and it's a real easy install. Guys, if you like what you're hearing, if you like these videos, you gotta subscribe to the channel. If you're already subscribed, tell your fishing buddies about it. It's Mike Iaconelli Fishing on YouTube. We're here with some great videos every single week. Subscribe, and I hope you learn a little bit. So, thanks for watching. Bye.